Hey, my name is Marcel Duits. I'm Chief CBAM Officer of Dubrink. Most likely you or one of your colleagues just had a demonstration about our CBAM platform. The platform we offer as Dubrink automates CBAM for you and actually saves you 95% of your time. You can turn CBAM into a matter of minutes because you can just report all the data into one file to the European Union. Now, why am I here talking to you? That is because often during the meeting, people ask me to send the presentation to them because they realize that the content, let's say free consulting, turned out to be quite handy to know. That's why I took the effort to make a video because most often sheets are nice, but when you open them 2 days later, you probably don't know anymore what I told you. So here we go. I'm gonna do the following for you. I'm gonna explain you quickly what CBAM. Actually, I'll skip that one because you can just Google that. I explain you why CBAM is urgent, the financial impact, a little bit about Dubrink, the platform, and how we automate it. And also, we look a little bit into the future, how CBAM will evolve. Because if you look into the right documents in the European Union, you can see where it's going. Well, what is CBAM? I'll keep it short, right? It's a carbon border adjustment mechanism, is a policy made by the European Union to address carbon leakage. So is CBAM urgent? Hell yeah. Maybe more urgent than you think, because we are currently here in 2025. I'm recording this video when it's July 2025. And from the beginning of August, if you do not qualify as an authorized declarant in 2026, 1st of January, you will not be allowed to import CBAM goods into the European Union. Now, is it easy to report as an authorized declarant? It's easier if you allow us to help you. That's a service what we do. But more important is that you have to complete your reports from 2023, 2024, and 2025. But you have to realize that if you do not register and file all the details in August, you might can't import at the 1st of January 2026. And the reason is simply because the EU can take 120 plus 30 days. So that means 150 days before they approve you. I believe quite often it will not take that long, but why would you take the risk, right? So get your emissions, make sure that you report, or let us do that and find a shortcut for you. Register in the AMM to become an authorized declarant and make sure you get permission. Now, some definitions to understand the financial impact of CBAM, because during the demonstration, that's often something where people are kind of shocked about. So default values are actually values if you don't provide accurate data from the factories or if you don't provide anything. Actual data is actual data. It's data what is correct and in the future verified by EU appointed verifiers. CBAM certificates are the certificates you have to buy. Per emission you import, you have to pay one certificate. Prices are now around 65 euros, but if you see what the 10 largest banks are forecasting, the price might go to around 250 euros. Without explaining you the whole calculation, there's currently kind of a discount on CBAM. The discount will rapidly decrease, eventually go to zero in 2035. So you can imagine that when the price of the certificates might go up and the discount goes down, that the price of CBAM is going to increase. And that's what it says in the last sentence. If you pay around 60, 70 euros on CBAM next year, or in some cases with aluminium, 100 euros per ton, that's only 12% of what you'll pay most likely in 2035 if your supply chain doesn't decarbonize. It's important to think strategically about CBAM, to understand where are your factories, what is going to happen in those countries, are those factories are going to be squeezed, and that's why often people book a strategy session with Dubrink to understand and clarify what their situation is. Well, default values against actual value. In this case, with this HS code, the actual value is 1.8. They pay 40 euros, a little bit more. The default value is going to be slightly punitive. We estimated here at 3.2. In this case, they pay 178 euros. So that's a difference of over 137 euros per ton CO2 that you're importing. That's a big difference, right? More important is that the cost of this particular CN code is 800 euros in 2035 if you don't decarbonize. It's time to act. And of course, we recommend Dubrink. But before we do that, Critical deadlines, August 4th, AMM registration. September 30th, make sure you have all your emissions because you want to practice 1 quarter with CBAM. December 31st, last day that you are without paying. So make sure you have all your imports done before December 31st, because those are most likely cheaper than the next day when you have to start paying a CBAM cost over it. Well, why Dubrink? We are on one hand an expert consulting firm. We try to limit the amount of consulting. So we are not a typical big four company that tries to make money in making as much hours as possible. Now, our value is actually in automating because we believe that when we are automating CBAM for you, you're happy and you stay with us. And we do that by a best-in-class platform. We also have an academy where we can teach and train people, employees on CBAM. Now, how we support clients, our platform is available in 27 languages: Chinese, Hindi, Deutsch, French, Netherlands, English, whatever language we can add to the platform. And in over 30 countries, we have CBAM consultants. Those are not people who are employed by Dubrink, but we found in every country consultants with a high quality and affordable rate that can support your factories if there is a need to. Now, the CBAM compliance platform is especially so strong because factories have it very easy to calculate their emissions. They can do that for free without a consultant in their own language. And once they put the data in the system, they don't only serve that one importer that signed them up, but they can provide their data to all the importers into the EU. So once they've done that, they save themselves a lot of time. Now, the current standard is to file this pretty hard to fill in Excel file. I worked for Unilever. I have seen pretty complex Excel files, but this guy is uncomparable. Factories are most likely unable to fill them in. They need consultants every 3 months to fill it in. Hundreds of cells to click, many hours of admin. It's not intuitive. The struggle is that that Excel file has to be sent all the way to the supplier, and they have to send it to mainland to all their sub-suppliers. And once it gets back to you and it's not correct, it has to go all the way back again. And that within 3 months because you need to report your emissions in time. Very often, that's not working. Now, what we do is that we have a platform where all those factories and sub-suppliers can connect to, and you can turn all your data into one single file. So the importer sends a data request to the supplier calculates the data, returns it back to you, and you can, apart from checking your statistics from which supplier you should or should not buy with respect to the carbon emissions, you can turn it into one file, and in 5 minutes you upload that into the EU portal. Now, very often in the demonstration, people ask me, so where is CBAM going to go? Companies are not importing the steel coils and the iron bars, etc., but they actually finish the products in, let's say, China or the US, and only then let them be imported to circumvent CBAM. And that's why there's going to be scope expansion and scope extension. We believe at Dubrink that in 10 years, everything made from aluminium, steel, iron, etc., will be part of CBAM. So if you're, for example, custom broker and you are like, I'm not going to touch CBAM, that's understandable, but you have to understand that clients will just go to those that are providing CBAM services. And a lot of customs experts are actually using the Dubrink platform because it has a brilliant module on, for example, indirect representation. But yeah, CBAM will expand. I mean, it's now July 2025. We believe very soon they will announce that car parts, machine parts, and all kind of other aluminium and steel, iron products will be added. Not only that, also ceramics, glass, chemicals, etc., most likely are going to be in scope. Now, if you look into the sheets of the European Union, you can see that they're already talking about downstream products like whole laundry machines, which have cement, aluminium, and steel in it. So that means that when you're importing a washing machine in the future, you will have to CBAM it. Now, this is happening in think tanks, but very often what they are thinking is what's happening in the upcoming years. So keep that in mind. Now, CBAM isn't mandatory. Actually, CBAM is mandatory. Sorry for that. But overpaying isn't. Dubrink is a platform that is best in class, very intuitive, and affordable. We are not a venture capital backed organization. We believe that's not necessary in the field of CBAM. We were actually built bootstrapping and are already now profitable and growing and very healthy. That means that we also don't have to ask 40, 50K for a software platform. You can find on our website our prices. And our strength is in our ecosystem. The fact that over 1,000 companies are already connected to our platform makes that when you are joining our platform, you most likely, as an importer, will already find your emissions in our platform. And we are growing every day. And every month, the platform is getting better and better by our developers. Again, to be completed in August, make sure you finalize any outstanding reports, register on the AMM portal, leverage our experts to create your CBAM action plan. By the 30th of September, collect your data, automate CBAM, and make sure it's embedded into your organization. And if you want to pick our brain, feel free to contact us. Thank you for watching this video. I hope to receive from you soon a message that we are going to be your CBAM partner. And for now, I wish you a lovely day. Bye.